Right, so chances are, if you clicked on my video, then either your friends have been talking some mad hype about the latest season of Attack on Titan, or maybe there's that really cute girl that sits next to you in gym class who's always rocking that anime drip and you're trying to get just enough knowledge to rizz her up a little bit, if you know what I'm saying. Or maybe you've just seen some really cool clips on the internet. Whatever the case may be, you're trying to get into some anime. And today, I'm gonna be your anime spiritual guide. I'm gonna walk you through how to get into anime from your first anime all the way through to, being an anime expert, a full-blown weeb, if you know what I'm saying. And, if you're not careful, you may just wake up in 2 years next to your anime waifu body pillow surrounded by Sailor Moon posters on all 4 walls of your room and think, how the fuck did I become such a loser? If you don't want to be a loser, if you want to be like me, you see these biceps? You see this shit? If you want to be like me and be a cool anime enjoyer, then listen to what I have to say, because I'm going to show you everything there is to know. Let's get into it. Right, so we're in the baby stage of our anime watching progression here. I'm gonna assume you've never seen an anime before. And what's important right now is to choose a great starting anime that's pretty normal, that's pretty well loved, and that you can enjoy, because there's a lot of weird shit in anime. You could go really far down a rabbit hole here. And I just want to give you a very basic starting one. So I've put together a list of 5 anime that I think just about anyone can enjoy, that I recommend almost everyone start with. It's going to go like this: Attack on Titan, One Punch Man, Death Note, Full Metal Alchemist, and Cowboy Bebop. They're 5 anime, and what I love about these anime is if you're trying to talk about it with your friends, nearly everyone's seen at least one of these anime, right? Depending on what you love, if you like, say, space epics, Cowboy Bebop is a space epic. If you like superheroes, One Punch Man is a superhero show. If you like psychological thriller, Death Note will be absolutely perfect for you, right? There's something on this list for everyone, and it'll give you something to talk about if you're trying to sort of engage with the community, so to speak. So I'm going to flash those up on the screen, pick one of those, pick several of them, and sort of watch it all the way through. Alternatively, if you're afraid of commitment, just like my last girlfriend was, then you can watch an anime movie. And so the 3 movies that I have are Spirited Away, which is just a really classic. It's a Ghibli movie. There's Summer Wars, which is kind of a psychological thriller type of thing. And then Your Name, which if you like sappy, cheesy romance movies, then Your Name literally has your name written all over it. The last thing I'm going to say before leaving sort of the baby mode of anime is, if all this anime is really intimidating to you, you can take the easy way out and watch Avatar: The Last Airbender if you want to get an anime feel. If you don't know what that is, it's basically this show. It's an American cartoon, and it has a lot of anime feel to it. They used a similar art style and whatever. Just whatever you do, don't call it anime in front of like actual anime fans, because that's the quickest way to get clowned on, is to call Avatar: The Last Airbender an anime. But it's a good show. I'm putting it right here so you can watch it if you want to. Yeah, it's just whatever. Right, so assuming you've gotten through the baby phase, you should be primed to get into what I call the growth phase. And what I'm going to warn you about is, the further and deeper into the anime onion you go, the darker and danker that shit gets. And, a lot of the anime at this level are still pretty good, but I'm going to throw in a few that might have a little bit of fan service. They're sort of like, the big anime titties, just kind of ignore it whenever you see it. Or, some kind of really weird premises. Don't get bogged down by it. You should be fine at this point. I've prepared you if you've watched a couple of the anime on that first list. Just know you're kind of entering the growth phase, and it's going to be really exciting for you, but it might also be a little weird. So just kind of relax, take a deep breath, get comfortable with it. Some of the anime I'd recommend on this list are Steins Gate, Akame ga Kill, Code Geass, Sword Art Online, and Neon Genesis Evangelion. Now, these 5, they're a little bit less normal than the first 5 I recommended. Their premises are a little bit more foreign to you. They're still pretty short. You can still get through them in a couple weeks. They're not like huge time sinks or anything like that. But they're definitely way weirder. They definitely have a lot more goofy stuff. You might see an animated titty here or two. Just sort of tune it out, ignore it, accept that this is just the culture. And if you don't sort of accept some of this weird shit, you're never going to be able to enjoy anime to the fullest. Now, periodically, what you want to do between episodes is you want to go outside, you want to run your fingers through some grass and just make sure you're still human. And if you ever get the urge to buy a body pillow, I want you to just relax and log off for a couple days, because you're clearly getting way too invested in this shit, right? Additionally, I would recommend you choose one or two what I call modern classics to sort of add to your repertoire. And what this will do is it'll allow you to have more detailed, nuanced, intellectual conversations about anime. Because they're anime that have come out in the last couple years. They're not exactly as sort of, I guess, universally loved as the ones that I've mentioned before. And what they are is Jujutsu Kaisen, Spy Family, Chainsaw Man, Kaguya-sama, and did I say Spy Family? I don't think I said Spy Family. That list of 5 is really, really strong. I recommend you watch 2 or 3 off that list. I can vouch for them. I think they're just as good as all of the anime I've told you about so far. They're just really, really new. And so they haven't had a whole lot of time to sort of sift. But if you really want to impress your anime friends, go watch an episode of, I don't know, say Chainsaw Man or Jujutsu Kaisen, and they'll be super impressed with you. So I'm giving you that as well. I didn't want to answer this question, but I feel like I kind of have to right here. Dub or sub? And basically, if you don't know what I'm talking about, anime is generally available in 2 different forms. There's the subbed form, where they sort of just take the Japanese audio and they put English subtitles under sort of the video, and dubbing, which is where they take the Japanese lines, they translate them into English, and they get English voice actors to sort of read over it. And I can tell you right now, 99% of experienced anime watchers prefer the sub the majority of the time. However, a lot of newbies prefer to watch the dub. It's what makes them feel more comfortable and more safe and cuddly and whatever. Watch whatever makes you feel the most comfortable. All the stuff I'm putting on this list has pretty good dubs, and you're probably going to want to watch the dub at first. Just know that's kind of training wheels mode when it comes to watching anime. If you want to watch whatever, watch whatever. Just know that the sub is generally going to be a better experience over time. Assuming you've done all your homework and you've watched everything up till this point, you're probably ready for the really top grade shit. I'm talking weirdest of them all, just batshit crazy anime that you have been dreaming about. And we're going to start the list off with the craziest one of them all, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which the premise is literally the name. There's other ones like Welcome to the NHK, Made in Abyss, Sunny Boy, fucking Beastars, which, by the way, Beastars inspired the entire furry movement. It's still fire as hell, and I swear I'm not a furry. I'm going to make a video on it one of these days. But Beastars is an amazing show, but it is kind of furry-esque. It's furry as shit, right? But yeah, choose 1 or 2 off this list. They have a lot to offer. They ask some really weird questions that you kind of think well, damn, that's interesting, but it's also weird as shit. I don't know. And if you're one of those people that hates Western movies for their predictability, you watch 5 minutes and you're like, oh, okay, I already know how this is going to end. These movies will these anime will throw you for a fucking loop. There's no way you'll go into an episode of Sunny Boy and ever think oh, I know what's going to happen. No, it's bizarre as shit, right? In a good way. What I recommend you do next is to watch one of the big shonen classics. And what I mean by shonen is basically anime is organized into 4 categories based off of demographic type. There's shonen, targeted at boys, seinen, targeted at men, shoujo, targeted at girls, and josei, targeted at women, right? Basically, the big shonen classics are these huge stories. They run for sometimes thousands of episodes, and they're kind of just a charm to watch. And it's kind of a big deal if you sort of say, oh, I got through the entirety of this anime. A lot of people have watched them, so it gives you a lot to talk about. If you meet another One Piece fan, it's oh, the One Piece, it exists. It's a big, you can kind of have community, right? So if you want to watch a big anime, you kind of can at this point. They're basically the 5 big ones, or the 5 big ones I think of are Hunter x Hunter, One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, and Bleach. They're sort of these big, long-running classics, right? Again, completely optional. I've only ever watched 2, and truth be told, I didn't even make it all the way through either of them. But, you know, it's there if you want to watch it. You might be feeling up to it because you've probably seen these anime around. They're very, very famous. Right, so we're entering hard mode right here. I'm talking like, you better be a seasoned anime war veteran if you want to like move past this phase, right? Because depending on how it goes, you're either going to get turned off to anime or you're going to be really fucking turned on in a bad way, right? The anime I'm talking about are Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Yes, that is the name. Domestic Girlfriend. And the last one is My Dress Up Darling. And they're 3 anime, some of the most fan service ridden fucking shit. There are boobs and fucking ass out every single episode. But they have some really interesting messages. They're pretty well done, all things considered, right? I don't know. Definitely check them out after you've watched at least 10 of the other anime I've talked about so far, because yeah, it could go really, really poorly and you could just never watch anime again, or, you know, you could be on your way to ordering a fucking body pillow if you watch it the other way around. I don't know. Yeah. Last but not least, once you've watched a lot of well-established anime, I recommend you go to simulcasting, which is where they sort of stream anime that are coming out in Japan for us Westerners. Crunchyroll does it. I know Netflix does it too sometimes. Basically, you watch the episodes as they come out, and this is really bleeding edge shit. You're basically watching the anime that's coming out in Japan as it sort of airs in Japan, right? So it's the best way to watch the newest anime. I wouldn't recommend this unless you've, you know, really fallen in love with anime. And I think the best way to do this is to subscribe to me, my channel, because I talk a lot about the anime that is like coming out now. I can be your sort of release radar. I can talk about anime, share the anime with you. So subscribe to my ass. If you like my cute face, you like my, you know, my biceps, man, I got some good ones here. And yeah, I'll just help you. I'll show you the way. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched to this point, I hope you were prepared for the anime that is to come. And yeah, just like and comment and show me some love. I love you guys, and I'll see you later.